Hi guys, William Morris here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Prism, which is a set of modern pop drums from AVA Music Group. So these drum kits have been designed to work within the Kontakt full version, and they download at just over 200 megabytes, so really small package that should run on most systems pretty well. I bought this fairly recently as I was working on a few projects that required a more sort of pop sound, so I ditched the epic percussion and the bigger drums and went for some pop kits, and this kind of was recommended to me as something I might want to try. But I'd previously used AVA's Instinct library, which was aimed more towards the trailer composer before, and I really liked the sound design and stuff in that, so I thought I'd give this one a go. So let's dive in and take a look at the library. The library's broken down into this one main Kontakt instrument here, and then in all these separate folders you have access to the raw files and some loops, and yeah, the toolkit there is the source material, so the completely unprocessed stuff. In these separate folders here, you can see we've got different kicks, toms, snares, and they're all broken down obviously into different folders. These actually represent a larger sort of selection than is in the main instrument itself, which is just these 10 preset kits, I guess the kind of best or most used ones at least. And they're designed to work together, so they've been paired in kick, snare, and hi-hat combinations, and the snares also have a clap layer which you can interchange or add alongside the snare if you want to. But if there's something you can't find in the 10 preset ones, you can dive into these folders afterwards, and if you want to dive in even further, the raw kits are in these ones as well, so plenty to choose from. But I would say that one of this library's main strengths is having 10 ready to go pop kits right at your fingertips, and the out of the box sound is really good. It's being produced to a really high level, so you're kind of ready to go. So as the library's called Prism, it revolves around this triangle in the center, and you basically move through the pairings. So if I move this through the positions, you can see it selects a new snare, kick, and hi-hat combo. Then on the outside there's separate controls for each, so we've got a basic volume for kick. You can alter the transient up and down, so more attack or less attack basically. There's EQ and then reverb, and that's the same all around each side basically. So if you maybe wanted a bit more verb on your snare and claps but wanted to keep it fairly dry on the kick, you can do that separately. Okay, so that's enough talking. Let's dive in and have a listen to the summer sounds. I'm just going to roll it back to number 1 here, and let's have a listen. So that's your kick and snare, but alongside that you've also got these clap samples, and most of them also come with some hi-hat kind of things as well. So let's have a listen to a few more. I'm going to play a pretty similar boring pattern for all of them, just so you can get an idea of the different ones here. So this is the last of the open hi-hat ones. The next ones are the closed hats, number 6. This might be one of my favourite kits. I just love that snare. It sounds so good even when it's like round robined. And a really beefy kick as well. It's much more kind of electro sort of thing, that one. Really deep kick. And last one, number 10. So I mean, I think these are great. They're so kind of out of the box, ready for me. I wouldn't do a huge amount of processing to them, maybe just a little to get them to sit in whatever the track is. And honestly, like when I first looked at this interface and saw there was only 10, I was kind of like, oh, it's not, you know, a huge amount of kits, but really it does cater for pretty much everything that I'd want to do. And I've only found myself dipping into these extra folders very occasionally for additional things and toms and stuff like that as well. One thing I wouldn't mind from the UI is maybe adding in a tune control for the kick, just so you can repitch the samples up and down. I like to do that a lot in tracks just to get them to sit better. So that's the main instrument, but I'm just going to give you a quick listen to some of the ones in these extra folders as well. That's kicks. Let's take the toms. So I mean, there's some pretty big, almost trailerish kind of stuff in there as well for the toms. Some snares. A lot of these as well have multiples, so you can get a bit of difference in between them. Maybe use like one per kind of bar or something. So your claps. A lot of these is paired up as well, so you can see that the names reoccur across the categories. You've got like Genie in one and then Genie in the snares as well. Some hats. Open hats. Cymbals. So these are kind of like your metal accents, basically, kind of anvil type hits. Some loops. So yeah, loops there just to give you some inspiration maybe, or get you started or out of a creative rut if you just need some ideas. Let's take a listen to the hats and that'll be the last one. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it. The only other thing is just this toolkit, which is the source files, basically, so the unprocessed, I don't know if they're unprocessed, but sort of unmangled versions, just broken down into acoustic and electro for you there. So you've got everything, I think, that comes in here, if you want to do your own processing or your own mangling to them. Okay guys, so that's basically it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough of Prism. So please like this video if you find it helpful, and you can subscribe for more videos on sample libraries, production tips, and some of my own music stuff as well.